Browse the menu of Culinary Delights by Abby Kenny. Hear from voice actor Nicole Damapolito. And catch a performance from Dr. Ja and the Love Prophets. It's all ahead on this episode of AHA.
Funding for AHA has been provided by your contribution and by contributions to the WMHT Venture Fund. Contributors include the Leo Cox Beach Philanthropic Foundation, Chet and Karen Alpelka, Robert and Doris Fisher-Melisardi, and the Robeson Family Foundation.
At M&T Bank, we understand that the vitality of our communities is crucial to our continued success. That's why we take an active role in our community. M&T Bank is pleased to support WMHT programming that highlights the arts, and we invite you to do the same.
Hi, I'm Matt Rogowitz, and this is AHA, a house for arts, a place for all things creative. Abby Kenny is a talented artist currently based at the Shirt Factory in Kingston. Her paintings are succulent, tantalizing, delicious, and seductive. I'm warning you, it's best not to watch this segment on an empty stomach.
Paintings of food and still lives using a variety of sources. Some of them are pictures I take or recipe cards and other archival materials. Each part of a painting or object is going to be painted a little bit differently than the one next to it across a single surface. So I'm kind of sitting down and really thinking, how can I best replicate each individual item or piece of food or text to kind of feel most like its actual object. When I was in my first undergrad college painting class, I was a disaster. The teacher kept coming over and she was like, you don't know how to use brushes, you don't know how to mix paint. And I was just sitting there going, you know what? I have no idea how to use a brush. This is the wrong brush, that's the wrong brush, what's the right brush? So no, it took so much practice and just coming to studio every day and doing it again and again and again. And then from that, I did start painting wine bottles, and I had a studio visit that was like, you just need to narrow down what you're making to figure out how you want to make paintings. And so I found that really helpful. And that was kind of that phase in my mind, I think of as like me teaching myself how I want to paint. I started painting more food when I was living in Toronto. It was during COVID, and I would go to the St. Lawrence Market, which is a huge, beautiful, historic marketplace. So it was just like kind of me grocery shopping and cooking and painting all day. I also have celiac disease, so I have to be really on top of what I'm eating, where I'm getting my food. Because of that, it illuminates me how much, wow, like food is just a central cultural basis. So I see now how this is translating like culture and friendship and history in ways that kind of become more evident when you can't participate. And then my grandmother gave me all her recipes before she passed. So kind of thinking about ways we hand down knowledge and information. And those kind of like led me into painting food as more of a stand-in for these kind of bigger ideas. So I'd always been kind of struggling with like, how do I want to paint? Like, what is my touch in a painting? What does that look like? Oil paint was not the thing for me. It's just, you can't customize it to the same level and layer it in the same way that I like to. It's a lot more tedious, it takes time. I found out you could make acrylic paint super easily, and so now I make all of my own acrylics. I use a lot of different additives and kind of bring in a lot of stuff. I always work from an image. Usually I will set up like a scene, I'll photograph it myself, and then I usually collage those in Photoshop. And then the other route is I will source images, finding recipe cards, my grandmother's recipes, stuff like that. I have a painting, it's a giant kind of like corned beef dinner, and there's a girl in a field on a farm on the bottom, and so kind of using juxtapositions to create narrative between the two and thinking about kind of the implications of the different images together. So there's these two basic ways I start to make images. Step 2 is drawing, and drawing for me includes a lot of writing. My process of writing includes like finding the back to the front and kind of like the layering to be strategic in the painting. Like scrape 4 layers of paint, 6 colors, and then sand it down and then wash it. So that's kind of the planning phase. And then I get to the painting phase. I spend so much time mixing paint and slowly growing and layering the surfaces that I do have to kind of reevaluate as I go quite a lot. Some paintings will happen quickly, which is like a month, and then some take longer, which is more like 6 months. But it's kind of a lot of back and forth. I usually have somewhere between 4 and 8 paintings going at any given time. I'm excited about the newer work I've been making with a lot of kind of like layering images and collaging them over each other. I have a lobster painting I'm pretty excited about because the kind of like background image is really, really dense. There's a lot of depth to it and texture. I'm excited about that kind of layering where the background is maybe thicker than the foreground. I have to come to the studio and work. Like, I become a very frustrated, disorganized person when I don't get to make things. If I'm proud of myself is a weird question. I'm excited about what I'm making, and I'm excited to continue making things. So I think that's as close as I can properly say I come. I think it's like artists are so self-deprecating a lot of the time. It's challenging. But I find art exciting. Painting makes me happy, whether I'm making it or looking at it.
Nicole Damapolito always wanted to be a voice actor. And 5 years ago, COVID gave her the perfect opportunity to start. Jade Borick sat down with Nicole to learn how she made her dream a reality and to get some voice acting tips.
Welcome, Nicole. Welcome to House for Arts.
Thank you for having me. Honored to be here.
Yeah, I'm honored to have you here. So, what is your origin story with voice acting? Like, how did you get into this field?
So I've loved it since I was a little girl. And it started with, I grew up with my grandparents and my mom. And my grandpa would always listen to Louis Armstrong, and I would like mimic it for him. I'd be like, it don't mean a thing. And he would laugh, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. I love this. And in elementary school, they did a performance outside, and they let me be the voice of the color green. Mm-hmm. And I've loved it. It's so fun, and it's very versatile. And during the pandemic, like everyone, I reflected on life, and I went for it. I just sought out community and found classes and folks from all over the country, and I jumped in. It's very fun.
That was a big thing during COVID, I've noticed. It was actually, ironically, a growing spurt for a lot of artists because we had nothing to do but focus on our art. So that's a beautiful origin story. So, in your opinion, what makes a great voice actor, and why is diversity and authenticity important to this field?
Ooh, 2 very good questions.
Right?
A good voice actor has to be disciplined because many times, like other artists, you're isolated. I think that many people, like myself, when I jumped in, it was like, you're going to be going to a studio. But I've heard of voice actors being like, oh, I'm in a hotel under a laundry basket trying to get an audition in right now while on vacation with my family. So you have to be able to keep to it. There's a lot of auditions and a lot of rejection. So there's discipline, but also being coachable because you're going to get a lot of feedback. And if you can't necessarily take that feedback, it's going to hurt you from growing. And then you asked about diversity.
And authenticity, like why is that important to the field?
Oh my goodness. I'll say that a lot of people have not been able to tell their stories and they should get to voice their stories. They should get to voice someone who's truly there. And many times in the past, even with the best of intentions, if someone is voicing someone who's not their culture, their identity, it can come across as with stereotypes and mockery. And it doesn't make people feel good, but even with the best of intentions. But it's really important for people to be able to tell their own story, and for people who have that identity to share it, because also a thing in voiceover is they want you to be yourself. Speak as yourself. You're not speaking as someone else sometimes. I mean, depending if you're doing medical narration or something, or you're talking as like an ogre, but you should be speaking with your natural tone, because many times they're gonna ask, can you do this for 3 hours? Can you talk in a graded voice for 3 hours? Can you talk like this for 2 hours? You have to be able to be consistent. So if it's not you, authenticity, it's gonna waver.
Gonna waver.
Yeah.
And I like how you mentioned, you said, I think voiceover is medical. So what are I don't know if a lot of people understand how broad voice acting is. You know, when I think of voice acting, I think of things that I play games and I watch cartoons, but there are so many varying, I guess, fields and I guess a spectrum. So what are some could you explain that to us a little bit? Like, what is the spectrum of voice acting?
Oh my goodness. When I learned how much you could do, I realized that's why people are so welcoming in the voiceover community, because there's a space for everybody. If you're interested in romance books, you can go down that lane. If you are interested in accessibility or you have a disability background, you could do audio description for movies. You have a medical background, you could do medical narration and training videos. I mean, think about in your daily life when you hear voiceover in the car, public transportation, at work. I mean, ultimately, you know, you want to get to the cartoons. That's really fun, the movie stuff. But there's so many different routes that people can take in voiceover. I mean, besides any kind of book, but podcasting, this and that. It's very rich in opportunities for people. And I had no idea. It's very cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So I know voice acting is very similar to traditional acting. Lots of auditions, lots of rejections, lots of auditions, lots of rejections.
Yeah.
It can be kind of a whirly-dorly kind of art field. So how do you get yourself through those challenges and some of the stressors that come with that? Because it has to be challenging.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that, because I feel like I'm in a not to say a break right now, but like you do get a lot of no's before you get a yes. You just got to keep going, because many times voice actors will be like, oh, I've been in this for 10 years and I just got my first video game.
Wow.
Like a major video game. I mean, there are smaller studios and whatnot and lots of opportunities, but it's an investment financially and it's investment of your time and creativeness. So you have to fill your own cup. You have to stay disciplined to yourself. And many times you'll be like, am I actually a voice actor if I'm not landing things? But think about the actors that you know that they're not necessarily in a movie, but they're still an actor.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily in a play right now, but you're still an actor. And you have to remind yourself that, yes, no, I'm not the voice of Cheerios. No, I'm not the voice of A, B, and C, but I'm still a voice actor. I can still share.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Now here's the controversial statement.
Okay, here we go.
AI. I know artists either hate AI or they love AI. There's usually, I've not really heard an in between. So what are your thoughts on AI and its impact on the voice acting community? And is it a negative, and why?
AI, I mean, it's going to be a part of our lives forever. I mean, I don't think I realized that AI's been a part of my life. I use Siri all the time.
That's true.
And I've used AI to edit materials at work, like for my communications job. But you don't have any rights as an American to your voice and your likeness. And so there's an association called the National Association of Voice Actors, NAVA, that's working to fight that, the No Fakes Act. But for me, it's really tough, because I saw all those cool AI pictures that people did at their profile pictures, and I was like, this is really cool, but I also have a lot of friends who are artists who would love those commissions, who would love to support. So I couldn't do it, because I was like, why would I pay when I could pay someone else who's working on this? And I've seen other colleagues like use fake voices, and I'm like, I could help you. Is it really gonna convey the actual emotion that you want?
Yeah.
No, and I mean, I personally, I don't want AI voices used, and I don't want, because my name and my likeness is used, I don't want someone to put a couple of my videos into some kind of software and then mimic my voice to say things.
Yeah.
It's just very dangerous and scary, but I know it's gonna be a part of our lives.
To end the interview, I want to ask you, what is the most rewarding part of your voice artist journey so far? What brings you the joy the most about this?
Honoring little me.
Yeah.
Little me loved voice acting and loved pretend and didn't have a lot of opportunities. I grew up in like a very small town, and I feel like I'm honoring her and things she enjoyed, because I work for a nonprofit and it's great and I'm passionate about it, but I feel like this is fun, and also honoring the questions of, what do you want to be when you grow up? What could you be if you couldn't fail? And it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I found a lot of joy in doing this, because you can try different things, and if it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it, but you tried something different. You can try on a new personality or a new voice. It's a really fun thing. Yeah.
That's awesome, Nicole. Well, thank you for joining us today. I hope folks learn more about this beautiful art form of voice acting. And thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Please welcome Dr. Jah and the Love Prophets.
Now, love it is my goal. Freedom rising now, coming from my soul. Freedom rising now, don't you know it's exciting? Freedom rising now, time has come to speak your mind. Time has come me to sing my song. Sing it right now, sing it the whole day long. You can see it's a piece of my heart. To be real now, it's got to be a piece of my heart. Freedom rising now, love it is my goal. Freedom rising now, coming from my soul. Freedom rising now, don't you know it is exciting? Freedom rising now, time has come to speak your mind. Truly I speak now with the voice from within. What will be all of what has been. Slice of my soul shining right out through. Simple gift now, all from me to you. Freedom rising now, love it is my goal. Freedom rising now, coming from my soul. Freedom rising now, don't you know it is exciting? Freedom rising now, time has come to speak your mind. it fresh and unique. The song I sing, all the words I speak. What I mean, I know to be true. Simple gift now, all from me to you. Freedom rising now, love it is my goal. Freedom rising now, love it is my goal. Freedom rising now, don't you know it is exciting? Freedom rising now, time has come to speak your mind. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The open sky. It's the open sky. Sitting on the steps of the Hudson River, cross all the throughways and turnpikes. Lovely place to smoke some ganja and dream of warm summer nights. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The open sky. The open sky. Some people come here for the schooling. Others think they're sent here for the ruling. I think we're sent here to share our love and soul. Please turn around and share some loving. cha, 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 cha. Dr. Jaw says, woo! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Open the sky. Open the sky. Sitting on the steps of the Capitol building, smoking a big fat joint. I wonder if the governor's watching. Well, maybe she'll come join.
Thanks for joining us. For more arts, visit WMHT.org/aha and be sure to connect with us on social. I'm Matt Rogowitz. Thanks for watching.
Funding for AHA has been provided by your contribution and by contributions to the WMHT Venture Fund. Contributors include the Leo Cox Beach Philanthropic Foundation, Chet and Karen Alpelka, Robert and Doris Fisher-Melisardi, and the Robeson Family Foundation.
At M&T Bank, we understand that the vitality of our communities is crucial to our continued success. That's why we take an active role in our community. M&T Bank is pleased to support WMHT programming that highlights the arts, and we invite you to do the same.